My Oyibo friend call me. He can't tell me, say, that he have been seeing what is going on in my country called Nigeria. I told him that that is the product of bad governance, where misleaders have hijacked the government positions, recycling themselves. And he said it's a pity. My friend told me it's a pity that my country have now become a country. And I paused and then realized what he was actually saying, that Nigeria is a country where humans worth less than a cow, where leaders are parasites. Yes, they are leeches to the people. They are colossal damage to humanity. Total and abysmal failure when it comes to government. You see, those you called your leaders, they are actually your misleaders, like I always call them, and rightly call them. They have not added any single value to your life. If they have done that, please prove me wrong. They have added no value to your life. Check them out. From your governors, your state assembly members, your local government chairman, up to the National Assembly, to your president and vice president. What will you say they have contributed to your life all these years? Not just this present government, but since this experiment you called Nigeria, since they got what they called political independence, they have added nothing. Now, National Assembly in particular have become an organization or association of failed political class, beginning with the governors. Every failed governor in Nigeria finds its way to National Assembly as a retirement ground for him in politics. In fact, some of them are seeing it as their entitlement that after being a governor for 8 years and have done nothing to add value to their state, they must go to National Assembly. And these people, they will take pension for being a governor and continue taking pension for being a senator or senate president, whatsoever. They keep recycling themselves from one political office to the other without any single proof to add value to humanity, to add value to the people they so-called represent or so-called lead. What have they done to public institutions? Nothing. They are monumental failures when it comes to health, education, infrastructure, economy, security. They are monumental failure. But what do? They see it as their right to jump from one political office to the other, from governor to senator, from senator to minister, from minister to president, from president to vice president. That is how they keep recycling themselves. Yet they have not added any single value to this British colonial contraption they call Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate that the people who are the actual victims of these people are clapping for them, gossiping on social media, wasting their time on frivolities, and yet they will end up in churches and in religious places praying to God to come and feed them with their mouth and provide job for them. Whereas those who have kept them in penury are there truncating the entire world. I don't blame Governor of Imo State, former Governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, who went to the Senate to tell the Senate House that Nigerian graduates can no longer speak English, good English.
Go to universities. You wonder whether our universities now are becoming to be primary schools or secondary schools. And very soon we shall be producing graduates who cannot speak English. So when we're discussing about their welfare, let us also tally it with the standard of education that we have in our nation, which is gradually going down day by day.
You can imagine that. I don't want to argue with him, because If he is not daft, he will understand that this is what I call colonial mentality. That if you go to China, their professors, some of them don't know how to speak English. Yet, they are first. I don't want to go into that argument. But let me bring it back home. These people have succeeded. They are telling you to your face that they have succeeded in destroying educational sector. That Nigerian educational sector is nothing but a glorified blocks where modern slaves are molded. People who can't add value to themselves or to the society are dished out every year. Every year, thousands are there use service. No work, nothing to do.
Registration Area Center 2 in a Tiosa local government area. Most of these crowd members who served as presiding officers in a Tiosa local government area protesting, saying that they are willing, that they are mostly unwilling to submit their results from their various polling units if INEC refuses to pay them the stipulated 15,000 naira that they have agreed to pay them.
And they will tell you that you are unemployable. They will tell you you cannot speak good English. And that is why they have taken all their children abroad. Your president, their children abroad, schooling. Your vice president, their children abroad, schooling. Your senate president, the same thing. Your governors, the same thing. Your senators, House of Rep members, even down to your local government chairman, all their children schooling abroad because they have succeeded in destroying the educational system in Nigeria. And all of you there, calling yourself poor masses, who can only take your children to some of these schools, those that are privileged to be modern slaves. And their children will come back and take their place because they are employable, they can speak good English because they school abroad. Your children of school abroad. Man. Even people like me, schooling abroad, school abroad. I schooled abroad. It's your certificate, me go sing. But at the end of the day, what is left for you? You are reduced back to the back bench. Ebonwa governor, no. Ebonwa senator, no. What is your father? Nothing. And you keep clapping for them. You keep wasting your time on frivolities. Be looking at watching some of the TV programs that adds no value to your life. I don't want to mention them. You know the ones you're watching. Wasting your time on things that add no value to your life. Despite the fact that you are right, your life have already been battered, mortgaged, and you don't feel concerned. The best you can do is to go to churches and other religious houses to pray down heaven, asking God to provide job for you, asking God to provide this for you. God will come down from heaven to feed you. Whereas we are asking you to join the revolution, to flush these people out. It doesn't matter whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, or any Kanuri, or Ijo, or any ethnicity you found yourself within this contraption called Nigeria. You are a victim. And until the poor masses unite to flush these men out, there is no hope. God will not perform magic for you. God does not perform magic. Oh. God does not perform magic. And manna will no longer fall again from heaven. If you must live a life, like humans, if your life must worth something above a cattle or a cow, then you have to rise up. Because these men, they have finished this country. You have to rise, go back home, and start sorting yourself out. Start flushing these men out. Because soon, they will come back again after 3 years. When you go to election, they will come back again to give you piecemeal, to give you 1,000, to buy your vote. And you stupidly go out there to cast your vote for the same people that have made your life miserable. That is why my Igbo friend had called Nigeria a country. It can only take a lesser animal than a cow to allow the kind of leaders in Nigeria to continue occupying government offices. If it is in the same country where humans are living, with the kind of population we have in Nigeria, all this nonsense wouldn't have been happening. Nigeria would have been burning by now if we have humans in this country as citizens. If the citizens are no zombies, Nigeria shouldn't have been where it is today. Things are not normal. Things are not normal, and prayer will not help you. It is action that will help you. The action to flush this man out. Go back home and start sorting yourself out. It doesn't matter whether you're a Biafran or Odudua. We are all suffering the same thing here. The only beneficiaries to these impunities are your political class. And I keep saying it. Okay, now, the rest of African leaders, they've come together to agree on a free trade zone. They called it African Continental Free Trade Agreement.
The sponsor of this motion, which I'm also a co-sponsor, we should think more about what to designate to manufacture, because we're not going to be a consuming nation while we are signing this agreement. I want to thank Mr. President for his courage of signing this agreement. But this agreement signed, we have to quickly look into what we have been discussing in this floor. We need to look into security, we need to look into power generation, we need to look into infrastructure, as the motion said, because without this, the cost of manufacturing is going to be very high, and Nigeria will be a dumping ground as usual.
And Nigeria is going to sign. And Nigeria will now become a dumping ground for countries that are producing. What are you producing? In international trade, if you're not a producing country, if you're a consuming country, you will be at loss. You will be at loss because your ground will be a market, a new market for other producing countries. What are you producing? Nothing. What are you exporting? Nothing except crude oil that is already going obsolete. Your factories are not working. Your youths are not employable. What are you exporting? Are you going to export kidnapping? Are you going to export open grazing? What are you going to export to other nations, to other countries in Africa? You are signing free trade, and you are debating it in the Senate. Bunch of never-do-wells who have not done anything to serve your good. They are discussing it at the National Assembly. They are thinking about it. If Nigeria is a country that have leaders, it is now that Nigeria should shut their doors completely and start fixing their electricity. All these countries have electricity. Go to every African country. Those of you living in African country can attest to that. How many times do they take light? But here, having light here is still a rocket science. Light, in this current century, you are still talking about power. And you are entering free trade, where you are producing nothing. That is where Nigeria will finish completely. And that is why people like me, come here, say, Bawado. It's state. How can you be looped into this kind of nonsense? To be honest with you, if Nigeria is broken into four, or if people are regionally responsible to themselves and to their affairs, let me tell you, this nonsense will not be happening. Because Emera Nasiga Abuja, in Abuja, do you know how far it is? Can you get to their doors? How many of your senators come to call you on the constitutional meeting to tell you what is happening, or to even ask you what you want? You will not see them. You have never met your senators. You have never met your representatives. Then what are they representing? They are representing their pockets and their families. And that is why you must join PRM. That is the only solution to this madness. Because this is not business as usual. The people must rise. People are calling from all over the world to mobilize via PRM. Don't be left out. Don't be left behind. Don't be left behind, I say. Do not be left behind. Because it is about the survival of the people. My people, the Biafran people, we are determined to be free. Whether you want to be free or not, my own people have decided that they must be free. And that is why we are pushing for a total political revolution, beginning from my homeland. In the Yoruba people, Oduduwa, go and fix your problem there in your homeland. The same with my Arawa viewers who are following. Go and fix your problem. Your problem is not an average Igbo man. Your problem is not an average Yoruba man. Your problem is not an average Ijaw man. Your problem is not an average Kanuri man. Your problem is not an average Nigerian who is a victim of what you are passing through. Your problem is your political class, the elite class from different sectors, whether religious sector, industrial sector, public sector, whatever. They are your biggest problem. Go and fix your problem. And if you have wonderful programs and all that without political power, you are finished. No wonder Ndina Chiefi, the chief patron of Ndina Chiefi, is the president of Nigeria. Why would Nigeria become a cow country? Now there I go wrap up. I don't want to talk too much. You don't see I see the rain for my body, eh? I want them like that so that you go no say if I name Adrizi. You go no say we are determined. We have brought our lives out. We have brought our chest out to see this to the logical conclusion. And we cannot go far if you are not part of this revolution. PRM is the movement. Political revolution to overhaul this system and bring sanity. That is what we're talking about. And that is where I'll be wrapping it up. Join PRM today. Call the numbers on the screen and be part of the revolution. Thank you for watching. Keep subscribing. Keep following BVI Channel 1. We will not disappoint you. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate those who have been contributing financially. No matter how small it is, no amount of money is too much. No amount of money is too small for what we're doing here. It takes sacrifice to do what we're doing. And I appreciate you for your contribution. We are calling for drone. We thank our brother who is actually the first person that responded to the contribution to buy a drone for BVI Channel 1. You gave us 100,000 and we appreciate you so much. That is too much. We were not expecting that much. And we are also still asking that other people will do same and come to the rescue of BVI, because BVI Channel 1 is going down. We need to improve on our media, gadgets, our audio, our studio, and all that. So that, hey, let me tell you, this is the last standing ground for the ordinary people, for their voice to be sustained. We are doing this. We don't know, I can't quantify it, but we need your support so that we don't fail. We don't want to fail. Fail is not an option. Failure is not in our diary. But we need you. We need your support. Financial support, spiritual support, moral support, your advice. We need all of that so that together we can make a difference. We're forming a very formidable community right here on this platform to change the course of humanity for good. We cannot be in Africa where God deposited the entire world treasure and yet we are poverty-stricken. No, it is a curse. We must reverse it. That is what we are after. My people must be free. And that is the watchword. Freedom, truth, has no ethnicity. It is universal. Thank you, and keep bringing it on as I'm signing out. Goodbye.